Good evening, love, and good evening, light illuminators. This is Wendy, bringing to you once again the infinite languages of lights. And I thank you once again for joining me as we share the infinite knowledge, the infinite wisdom of all that is. And it is in my highest joy that I express with you, along with my guides and the emissaries of the Light Collective, a collective of infinite number, I guess, if you will, beings of love and light, of the highest energy of source that wishes to express that everything is connected, that we are all part of divine harmony, and that really you exist, we, everything exists forever, eternally, infinitely, ubiquitously, meaning all at one time. That all the fractals of you, all the ways that you chose to express yourself as source energy exist simultaneously, and that together we have the ability to empower and activate ourselves, that we can access those infinite parts of ourselves and the infinite wisdom that comes from the ability to access all that is. For you exist and everything exists all at once. That everything really is here and now. Everything exists all at one time, and everything is here and now. And therefore, as we become focused on the here and now, we then, by virtue of being of body, mind, and spirit in this here and now, we have access to all that exists. And that means all energies, all kingdoms, all stars, all realms, all dimensions, anything that it is that we desire. And we actually exist in all those realms, and we already exist. There are pieces, fractals of us that exist. And we've got a storm brewing today. It's very warm today. All the critters and creatures are out today enjoying the warmth. It's really getting up there. It's like 80 degrees. It's a little bit over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I think, about 27 degrees Celsius. So, and then we've got a storm coming, and it's going to get cold and raining again. So everybody's out enjoying the weather. And I wanted to take this opportunity as well to share with you that part of my idea of connecting with all that is, and supporting that idea of that everything is here and now. You have connections to everything, and to help us all live a life where we are supporting that in everything we do, meaning the things that we see, the things that we expose ourselves to, what we eat, what we drink, how we interact with ourselves, how we express ourselves, how we express our truth, when we do and when we don't, and what happens with that, what nature does for us, and how it helps us connect and activate our natural selves, to connect us to the elements, the elementals, the building blocks of all foundation, of all source, of all light, of all that is. So part of that is that, you know, I just planted some herbs, and and the idea of bringing the outside in and being in harmony with all that is. I got my first hummingbird today. So for those of you who didn't see it, I hung my hummingbird feeder a few days ago, and I said they're going to be coming. And I was delighted today that my very first hummingbird came today. So really excited about that. And so just wanted to seize the moment, seize the day, come out here and express that how the ways that I connect. And even now I'm covered in essential oils, because as you can see, there's lots of friendly critters out here enjoying the day with me. So and I'm on the water here, so I love sharing that idea too, of the earth, the air, the fire, the water, that energy. The clouds are moving in, so, and it's going to be ferocious winds tonight. So with that said, I wanted to express one of my, for me, part of the languages of lights, as I was given as I began speaking light languages, one of the ideas that I was given was, when we connect with the ideas of the elements and the directions, and asking for direction and listening for the information, when we bring the outside in, when we literally do these meditations and things with intention. We literally emit a new frequency that allows us to move through these and navigate through these higher dimensional frequencies of the. There are literally an infinite number of Earths that we move through, and as we support ourselves and as we raise our vibration, we literally interact with versions of each other that are higher frequency versions of each other. So it's actually getting just a little bit cooler. I'm going to grab my shirt. So here I am today feeling in the pink. So that part of my connection to all that is my body, as I ask myself what my chakras, what do I need to emit today and engage with. So today was about this fuchsia, this bright pink, about being in the pink. And I had to laugh because just now I was reminded that the fuchsia plant itself, the beautiful flowers, are one of the hummingbird's favorite flowers. So, and I'm very connected to the Hummingbird Collective. I always have been. So if you've been watching me for a little while, you guys already know how I feel about my hummingbird pals. And they just come back every year for me, and I wait for them, and it's been a beautiful experience for me over the last many years. So I wanted to share with you too, one of my, in this idea of supporting the idea that when we become more holistic beings, meaning living within our body, mind, and spirit, living with the things that bring us joy and make us feel good, then we want more of that and feel our connection to all that is. And that's when the information starts to come in from our guides. I get more information when I'm doing yoga, being outside, being in the shower, washing my face. I have miraculous encounters. Even the other day, I had another encounter again when I was washing my face, and it was on Easter morning, and it was Mother Mary and Jesus, and I don't know what came over me, but I was just weeping with emotion and connection and of just supporting that energy that day. So as I mentioned in the other video, that we spend, some of us, that as we awaken, though we start spending more time in the higher frequencies, we still need to bring that information down to the earth, and the idea is to, as the shaman, for example, we shaman bring the information to the community from these other realms. Whether we're accessing it through light languages, through the energetic interchange of energy. We bring this information, we need to bring this information and anchor it down into the Earth collective consciousness, that we can help raise the frequency. But we need to remember to ground ourselves as well, and meaning to really connect ourselves with the Earth and the elements, and to feel our oneness with that we can bring this higher information and use it here as well, to not only help us navigate through the lower three-dimensional frequencies and dimensions, but to help raise us all out of that, the thick, heavy density of that, and raise us all beyond the fifth dimension, and create this fifth dimensional and beyond, information creation, if you will. I'm trying to get better light here. It's getting very, very cloudy, as you can see, and kind of, actually the wind died down for a few minutes. So one of the things I had asked, the table. One of the things I had asked my guides about, here, hang on a second, was I had asked them for, what can I do to help me during the day when I need grounding, when I need to remind myself to come back to the here and now? What is it that would help me? And also, because so much of our lives are attached to technology and sitting or in front of the computer, or we're holding a device, we're looking down, our bodies are scrunched, our eyes are out of focus, we're not giving ourselves time to get up and stretch and breathe. To not be distracted, to let our eyes roam about, to move, to exercise our eyes, our lungs, to breathe. Our breath tightens when we aren't standing up, when we aren't breathing, and our hands hurt, our necks hurt, our heads hurt, our eyes hurt. So the idea for me too was, because I also spend a lot of time, because of what I do, spending time on technology, whether it's, in front of the computer or holding my, making videos. So, and all the things that we do to upload them, and the time we spend to, get the information out there. So I wanted something. And so I was guided to do a video, and I have to laugh. Hi, Tammy, because I shared it with my buddy, Tammy McInnes, and she just absolutely loved it too. And so I came across this video where I forget how old it is, and I can share it with you guys. I'll find the link for it. And it was about doing a challenge of 30 days, doing 100 squats a day. Squats. 100 squats a day for 30 days. And so I thought, I'm going to do this. So I started, and today is day 6, and I've already lost count how many I've done already so far. So, so as I'm doing it, I'm finding this beauty, because what I did is I'm breaking it up in increments throughout the day. So I feel myself needing that moment for connecting and grounding. And am I too far out there? Am I too far in the future? Am I thinking about this? Am I just, I need to come back to center, and I need to breathe, and I need to get up and out, and I need to look around and breathe and just stretch and move. So I started doing this every day, and I think this is day 6 for me. And so it's amazing, the transformation as you stop and do something for yourself. So it only takes a few seconds to do them in increments of 10. And so I thought, well, this is great. And so it's interesting. It's not even just the physical benefits, the psychological benefits, the coming back into the now, the breathing, all of it, the connectedness and the information that came. And I came across I was given yesterday the most wonderful meditation while I was doing these squats, because what I decided to do when I was doing them was I decided I was guided to do them in sets of 10, and then I would do them in each direction: east, west, north, and south. And that each time I did 10, and I would intentionally send my energy to that direction. And then I was given the vision from my guides that said, okay, let's take this a step further. And so right now, for example, I'm facing south. So they said, now literally picture yourself wherever you reside on the planet, and picture yourself wherever you stand, and literally facing south. So literally orient yourself like on a map, if you will, a bird's eye view of where you live on the planet, facing the direction of south. And literally then, as I'm doing my squats, the chair, as I'm doing my squats, they're showing me, now send your love and your energy all the way out to that direction south. Wrap it all the way out to the cosmos. Bring it all the way back around, and all the way back up and back through around the earth, and back to where the spot back into, and send the love all the way around and back, and bring it back into your chakra system and back in, like one big circle all the way around, and do it for each direction. And I was like, oh my God, I was in tears, thinking how beautiful I felt and how wonderful a message that was that they sent me. Ooh. There's wasps and bumblebees and bees and just all kinds of things floating and flying around, and so everybody's having fun. So everybody's loving this energy today. So there I stood doing these, and I do 10. So before I know it, within just a few minutes, I've done 40, because I've done all 4 directions. And then they said, okay, now let's take it a step further. And then they said, now go in between each of those directions. So for example, you know, of course, southeast, and then, so here I am standing now, I'm saying, so this is southeast, east, now I'm standing northeast, north, northwest, west, southwest, and back to south again, and doing this wrap around each and every time. And I'm telling you guys, by the time I was finished, and it didn't even take me that long, and before I knew it, it was only a few minutes, and I had already done, not only had I done 80 squats, but it was one of the most incredible experiences and exhilarating experiences. And I had done this, I hadn't even been awake that long. So, and that was on day 4, because I wrote it down yesterday. So very interesting how when we allow ourselves to come back into the here and now, we receive the information. And so I was so delighted to be able to, I wanted to quickly be able to share that visual with all of you while still giving ourselves a physical physical exercise to do. Now, if you can't do that exercise specifically, that's fine. Do what you can do. Get up, breathe, just breathe, and send your love in that direction. It's the point about being intentional, about being intentional with your directional focus, about sending your love and your light and your gratitude, and then feeling it come back to you. And the information that when you connect to all that is right in that now, boy, it's really getting windy. I wanted to show you guys. It's getting very cloudy and dark and windy. It's going to get very cold again. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to bring in my plants that I bought. I bought some more lavender and sage, and they're in pots right now, and I've got a couple different kinds of parsley over there. I've got my basil. I've been making some wonderful food with my herbs and spices, and I can't wait till my lavender and my sage get really big so that I can start making lavender wands and sage wands again. So those are the kinds of things that I'm talking about connecting to everything and living a holistic life and actually applying it, and then seeing the magic that unfolds, the wishes that come true when you are able to connect to all of that. I hope this isn't too windy for you guys. So I wanted to share that with you and share the water, and I wanted to, so then I was guided to, I had to laugh about this, oh, I need some more light, I think. So then I was guided to my, ooh, it's getting really windy now, so I'll have to wrap it up. So I was guided to my pyramid hat, and I had to laugh because we've got this terrible windstorm coming, and this has the symbols and the directions and what each meaning is for the elements on it. And I got this at the first International Global Pyramid Conference, which Bree, my buddy Bree, is she's she's working on the second one coming up in September, which we've talked about. So, which I can get the links for you guys on that too. It's going to be in Chicago if you guys are going to be in the Chicago area. So the element wind, direction north, property, wealth. So here we are. Now they were guiding me to take it one step further and say, okay, when you're in the direction north, for example, the property is wealth. So now also sending wealth out and sending wealth back into yourself as part of this directional, cyclical, energetic exchange. So I was like, wow, this is great. And how interesting it is that the element and the direction, the element is wind. So I had to laugh about that. So we've got the element of wind and the direction of north. And I always think of north winds too, because that's one of the reasons why we moved further south from where I used to live in the north, because the winds were so icy cold. So, and the property is wealth. So the wealth is blowing through. So I wanted to share each of these really quickly with you guys. So the water element, there's water and the symbol, and its direction is west. So there we are. This is facing west. So there we are. The direction of the lake is actually west. So there we are facing west, and here's the water, and blessings be the water. So mihara, and it's health. The health, water, health. So send out health and blessings to the water as you're facing west. Perhaps getting the symbol and hanging them up someplace to look at them in all the directions. Water. So the other element, the next element, east. The element is earth. So here we are celebrating the earth element. And look at the symbol and the mountains. And the direction is east. And there I face east. And actually, as I look east, you can see there's some beautiful hills. Can you see back there? Beautiful hills and, and mountains back there. So there we are celebrating the earth there. And property, harmony. So here we are, guys, living and acting in a holistic, perfect harmony. Harmony is the element for east and the earth element. So bringing harmony to the earth. That is what I came to do. As an angel, I came to bring harmony back to the earth. In this age of Aquarius, where the planetary systems are just when they need to be, where I am where I need to be, where you are you need to be, because together we're doing this together. And then the last element and the last direction we have is south. The element is fire. I'm a fire sign. So here we are. The element is fire. The direction is south. The property is protection. So there you are, feeling protected by the fire inside of you, feeling protected by your angels, sending out protection and asking, I want to experience the feeling of protection, and I want to send protection to all things, and I want all things to be sentient and feel protected. So, and the symbol for that, so that we've got the element of fire, this burning desire within us to feel protected and loved and nurtured, and yet we want to feel free within all of that. So all of this came to me just while doing 100 squats a day. And I do a lot of hiking, a lot of walking, so it actually makes it easier even for me to do these activities. And I climb these hills like almost on a daily basis. So I love that connection to the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the elements, the ether, breathing in your breath. Breathing in, knowing that my angels are breathing, my guides are breathing the same breath that I'm breathing, and together we are all breathing the same breath. Together we are breathing the same breath. So I am Wendy, I'm Wendy Wolfe. So I am extremely connected to the Fey realms, the elementals, that energy of oneness, of all that is, and knowing that we exist together simultaneously, ubiquitously, and that we are infinite. Each of us holds, we can't even begin to imagine the infinite number of we's, of us, of so many different versions of ourselves, and now we bring it together. La upasatashe. Sobariasoto sobaria haru kombaso ela kitarase. Sono tore shebi la harake kiananda keshe. Satinin kiara kosopor sora so note. Lisi kiata sono tore shebi ilani tikiala. Soto sokosho o torishi inaniara. La hira korean baso urgo shabreseta. Kalia. Na kalia tesa, kali nana. Soliala lunamiala katesha kadikopokoya. So as we celebrate yet the energy still of the blue moon energy, la hamiata. Embrace this energy, for it will be years, over 2 years again, before we are in this wind of change, this time, in this now, and knowing that we exist together in all times. It's a matter of frequency and focus. Sono toshe kelea alakisa tasare seneliawa lo shoroku korako teresali. La picora satasalia lo halo shami alakatare. Mia soto shopia. You exist and always will exist. We will always exist. Now shaki, and everything is here and now, and the one is the all, and the all are the one. Everything changes. Everything else changes. And what you put out, the frequency that you put out, is what you receive back. And that changes moment by moment by moment. Now, Korea, every single thing changes based upon your frequency. Siro sotorshia, deando kayaporesa shokwa, lehira satasi kiana, iala koya. I love you. Miyako sapalohama liako pa untashiwa sona. Send your love and your light, your wealth, your prosperity, your fire. Send it all. Send good health and security. Send it and receive it in return. For what you put out is what you get back. Iloko Chashia, Sanariando Saki, Tailimbo, Saliata Shaki. I love you, Nyomosha. Niyamosho Torsiki, Alako Satosopo Ora, Shanatela. Seko Torisi Itkina, Nia Sotosopo Shokora, Sonate, Satirsa. Here you got a little bit more sacred geometry here. Lesotoposa, Tashani Aleki, Sonotore Pashi. Likira sotosopo. Oh, sorry about that. Tipo shorake. Lisina tira sotosopo. Oh, shonate likitara. Sitasha. Sinate lashinara. Posha. Otosoko yisha. Oh, sounds like we've got a delivery coming. Okay, guys. Well, it looks like mi sotosopia. I'll finish this. These scripts at another time, and it's time for me to go ground a little bit with my buddy Ranger and go take a little walk before the storm gets before it gets any closer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all for your love and guidance and support and your comments. And there's my buddy Ranger. There he is. Oh, I love it. Yoso. And I love you. Miyakosha. Mahalo. Namaste.